Welcome everybody to Morel's Man Cave where we keep the party going. Today's topic, simple, but yet complicated. Who is a better therapist, a male therapist or a female therapist? Let's really break this down right fast. There is no correct answer on to you and your individual needs. No one's talking about the individual. What I'm talking about, if you line up 100 people who go to therapy, who is the better person to give you the best results possible, whether it be a male therapist or a female therapist? Let's discuss. The purpose of therapy is what? To maybe get something off your chest, maybe to look at things from a different point of view, maybe to, I can't say heal because let's be honest, therapists really don't heal anybody. All you do is sit in a chair and they give you some advice on how to get better. But realistically, though, are they really changing your life? Or do you just prefer to just keep on yapping and paying somebody to just listen to what they got to say? Because I'll say it again. How many people has therapists cured? I'm gonna say the answer is probably like zero. But how many have they talked through from maybe walking up a ledge? Probably thousands. I'm not even debating that. What I'm saying is, what kind of advice are you getting from a male therapist, and what kind of advice are you getting from a female therapist? First and foremost, let's break it down even further. What are you going to therapy for? Let's just use some worst case scenarios. Maybe you've had some trauma in your family due to maybe the mother or your father or cousin, somebody in the family used to beat on you. I get it. You need to speak to somebody about those things. I'm not denying going to a therapist. Let's make that real clear. The question I'm asking is, who's giving you better advice, a man or a woman? A woman's going to listen to your what you got to say. And hypothetically, in a situation where you used to get beat by your parents, your cousin, you used to get beats as a kid. Just use a scenario that you're 15 years old and you get beat by family member XYZ. A male is going to look at you, and I don't know. I'm not certified by any means. I'm just a normal guy over here at Morel's Man Cave, just talking that stuff. I think the male is going to give you advice of, we're sorry you went through XYZ. Here's the best advice how to move forward, not just for today, but for the future. They're giving you advice on moving forward. This is my guess. Therapists, come in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to have a discussion with you. Maybe we need to have a panel on this as soon as possible. A woman is going to come to you and be like, how'd that make you feel? How are your feelings? Tell me more about what it felt like. It was terrible. I got beat on by family member XYZ. Well, just tell me more. And you just keep on talking. What's the solution? You're just yapping. That's my point with female therapists versus male therapists. Male therapists are like grown-ass men with a college degree. They're saying, what is your problem? I heard you out. Here's a solution. A female will be like, what do you feel? How'd that make you feel? Do you feel any better? And all these feeling-based stuff. And then I'll see you next week. All I did was talk. What's the solution? There is no further outcome. I'm telling you, this is why a lot of men never go to therapy. I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to have one of these pillows. I'm going to lay down on it and be like, tell me about your life. Well, as a kid, I got beaten, I got destroyed, and I didn't do that good in high school, and I was homeless, and I was this, and I was that. And next thing you know, oh, that's a story. Well, I tell you what, write down something for me next week, and then I'll see you next week. That's $150. That's what my insurance got to cover. What's the solution? I keep on telling you, ladies and gentlemen, there is no solution to therapy. I'm not saying therapy is not needed. Make that real clear. Therapy is needed. You need to talk some things out. What I'm saying is, we need some damn solutions. Stop yapping about something that you cannot fix the past. You have to acknowledge it and, most importantly, move on. That's why the self-incident death rate is so high for men, because we don't know how to internalize it. So we just say, I'm not going to be here anymore, and we're no longer on earth. We're self-deleting ourselves. Women will go through and take 10,000 pills. Let me get a pill for this. We get a pill for that. We get a pill for this. If you really break it down, women are heavily self-medicating themselves. They're dealing with so much, and they're heavily medicating themselves, and they're going to the dating market and being like, "Hey, Mark, let's be a couple." And Mark is like, "Yeah, I'm getting some bedroom fun. Absolutely, we could be a couple." Next thing you know, in the relationship, Mark becomes a therapist. He becomes a counselor. Mark, like, wait a minute, I didn't sign to be your therapist. I didn't sign to be your counselor. And every chance she gets, she's laying it on him thick. You know, as a kid, I was touched. I'm not saying you shouldn't be touched. My point that I'm making is that, ladies, you're bringing all this trauma onto your man who is not board certified. You're making him a counselor, a therapist, and he don't want to be your counselor or your therapist. What he wants to be is he wants to be your man. And in order for him to be your man, he can't do that. All he got to do is keep on answering your questions about, hey, as a kid, I went through this and I went through that. Most of them be like, you know what? I got to go because I didn't sign up to be a therapist or a counselor. I'm an engineer. I work at McDonald's. I'm an Uber driver. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I can't break down these walls. And it's like, once you guys start with these stories about your life, it just keeps on going. Now, I'll flip it. I'm 100%, let me rephrase, I'm 99.9% sure if a man starts telling women about his trauma and his things in his past, women are gonna be super turned off. I get it. It sounds good. I want you to be emotionally available to me until that man cries in front of your face, and then your freaking vagina dries up. Like, damn, what the hell? He ain't no manly man. This man is a freaking whoop. He's a wimp. So you ask this man to open up Pandora's box, thinking it's going to open up this much, but your man started telling you, when I was a kid, I got beat, molested, whatever the word may have been. And you're like, oh my God, I can't deal with this because guess what? In a relationship, we're not meant to be therapists and counselors. We're meant to be the best man and woman for the relationship. If you need therapy, go to therapy. So that's my point on that right fast. Let me go break it down right fast. Show you what I just discovered here on this one invention called Google, because Google's our friend. You gotta love Google. Number one invention of all time. All I did was type in a simple Google search: female therapist versus male therapist. Let's go down to the bottom. People ask, is it better for a man to have a male or female therapist? Seeking a therapist of a different gender might give you the space to reflect on how you relate to others. For example, a woman working through father issues might find it helpful to talk to a male therapist. Likewise, a man with trust issues around women might practice safe communication with a female therapist. Cool. Does the gender of the therapist matter? The gender of the therapist may influence therapy, but it is not a sole determination of success. What truly matters is the ability to connect with your therapist, trust them, and feel secure during the therapy session. Success in trauma therapy is dependent on the therapeutic relationship more than the gender. I'll go down a little bit more. What is the difference between male and female therapy? Counseling for men and women involves gender specific methods. Men may focus on issues like anger management and healthy masculinity. Women, you guys do not know about masculinity at all. While women may tackle self-esteem and workplace trauma. So you guys are telling me, men, you're going through something, go to therapy. Go to my friend Sarah, Janet, Maria. Women can't talk about healthy masculinity problems. This is my whole point of this conversation. It's not designed for that. Female therapists are not designed to actually give solutions. My last point here I have is simple Google search. You can see right here, I typed it in. How many male therapists are there? Male therapists are the minority in the mental health field, making up roughly between 24 to 34% of the all this therapy that people are getting, 70% of it is female driven. And how is America turning out between all these therapists that's going on? Are men getting any better? Is there more men to date because men are going to therapy? This is the reason why men don't go to therapy, because they're talking about the same old talking points. How do you feel? I don't give a damn how I feel. I need solutions. How do I get to the next level? That's my point, ladies and gentlemen. We need to have more male therapists. But guess what? 70% of it is female driven. I just made a video talking about daytime TV, where 100% of it is female driven. If everything is female driven, how do the men get better? How do the men get to be the man that you want in your relationship? Ladies, I'm not here to bash you at all. That's not my point. I'm not here to bash female therapists. They're needed. What I'm saying is we need more solutions and not about your damn feelings, because feelings don't pay the bills. Last time I checked, you know what? Let me go on my account right fast and let me go pay this bill. Oh, I don't have enough money in my account to pay the bills. I have a controversial take. I think a person going through depression is a luxury. Why do I say that? Because you got time to reflect on life. I don't have time to reflect on life. I need to do right now. I have bills to pay. I got a family to take care of. Depression is a luxury. Anybody got time for that? No one has time for male depression. Because once a man starts displaying his depression and opening up Pandora's box, women's vaginas get dry. Tell me I'm lying. The minute your man starts crying in front of you, you might handle it for a day or two. On that third day, like, yo, man up. How is he going to man up if all the female therapists are telling him to express his feelings? The male therapist is sitting in a chair with the notepad going, you need to man up. What's going on in your life? Oh, that's cool. Anyways, you need to man up. And what does man up mean? Here's the solution, my man. No one cares about your problems. Hold up. What my ink pen at? Here we go. Ain't nobody care about your problems. I want you to go home and take this with you. This is a blank piece of paper. Fill in some things that's going to make you better in 2026. That's a male therapist. Female therapist, write all the things that you've ever heard in your whole entire life that makes you sad. Life in general can make anybody sad, but like I said before, depression is a luxury. And guess what? I ain't got time for luxury. I got to do right now. Because if I don't do, there's no safety net for a man. What is the safety net for a man? Let's just break it down right fast. As an older woman, there's a whole bunch of group home for women and for kids. Cool. There's no debate about that. If you debate about that, there's a whole bunch of homes and shelters and design for women and kids. Cool. Where's the place to go for men? Oh, I know what it is. It's called Under the Bridge. All I'm saying is we need to have more men therapists and stop hearing about these damn feelings. And nobody care about your feelings. And as women, we need to grow up and stop taking these freaking pills. I'm gonna take a pill for this, for depression. I'm gonna take a pill for just being sad. I'm gonna take a pill for a happier life. Stop over medicating yourself. Come to the real world and have some real conversations. You have a dad. The male side is trying to steer women in the right direction, and they keep going in a different direction. They want to put all these nose rings in their noses and the hoop bull ring. I'm like, I'm looking for a woman, not a bull. And they're doing all these things to say that they're feminine, but that's some super masculine traits. And where did it start? It started to a degree with this female therapist saying, tell me how you feel. Not, I get it. In the beginning, tell me how you feel. Cool. At some point, there need to be some damn solutions. How can I fix you? Let's be honest. Some people can't be fixed. But guess what they do in those situations? I'll see you next week for $150 per hour. I'll see you the next week. Next therapy is supposed to happen for so long and supposed to be a plan to get off of it. If you've been in therapy for 5 to 10 years, you ain't never gonna get fixed. Am I lying? Write in the comments. Am I lying? I'll say it again. In my personal and professional opinion, as being Morel's man cave, I think depression is a luxury because anybody got time to be depressed. We got to go do from a male's point of view. Anybody got time? No one's gonna save a man. Ain't a woman gonna do it. I don't care how much money she got. She ain't saving no man. Oh, he's 6 foot tall. He's attractive. This, that, this. He makes no money. Ain't no woman gonna save him. She might sleep with him. That's about it. She ain't taking care of no grown ass man. We are not designed to be taken care of by a woman. And the ones who are, congratulations. Hey man, city boys, we up. What I'm saying, ladies, is y'all need to be going to some male therapists and hear some truth. And not talk about your damn feelings because your feelings don't pay the bills. Your feelings don't take it to the next level. Your feelings, unfortunately, keep you on these damn medications you're taking at night. Matter of fact, for the men, let me give you a quick tip right fast. You meet a woman and you start dating her for however long it may have been. And then at some point, she invites you into her house. Go on her damn medicine cabinet. Find out what the hell she's taking. It's taking all these medications for depression and so forth, Swan. Run. I'll say it again. This is a tip for the men. At some point, you go into a woman's house, and she is like, hey, come on by the house, so forth, so on. And for whatever reason, you got to go use the restroom. Cool. Go in that medicine cabinet. Find out what she's taking. If she has 24 flavors of depression medications, man, run. You about to go through it. You about to be a therapist or a counselor to your future wife, to your future girlfriend, to your future whatever that may have been. Run. I know you want some bedroom fun. All bedroom fun, it's not the same. Run. My whole point of this conversation is, who's a better therapist? A female therapist? I'm talking about overall. Oh, there's some good ones out there. I'm not denying there's not some good female therapists out there. I'm saying if there's 70% of all female therapists are women, is anybody getting better? And most importantly, therapists don't cure anybody. They're there to hear you out and give you advice in how to be the best person possible. Because let's be honest, a lot of be going to therapy and be lying anyways. So you're already going to your therapist. I kind of going to your doctor. Hey, anything wrong with you? Like, nah, everything's good, doc. Knowing you got a problem with your bowel movements, knowing you got a problem with your heart, knowing you got a problem with your body, but nah, doc, everything's all good, and God forbid you have a heart attack the next week. Tell people the truth. Don't make your next relationship about the other person being your therapist or your counselor. They're not designed for that. They didn't go to college for that. They're not board certified. I think, to wrap this video up, overall, we need to have more male therapists in the field. It should be 50-50. It's kind of like nursing right now. Nursing is probably about the same percentage, maybe. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's 80-20 nurses, female to male, which is fine. Trust me, women, you guys are super nurturers. Honestly, I would feel a little bit weird if a man started touching on me as a from a nurse point of view. So nursing, I'm not bashing it at all. That percentage needs to be where it's at right now. But I think from the male therapy side of the house, we need to have more male therapists who's laying into the women and saying, get rid of your damn feelings. Stop taking all these damn medications. Deal with life. Because there's only two ways to live. Either you're alive or you're under the ground. Everything in the middle is whatever it is. And my last statement is, I think depression is a luxury. Why do I say this? Because ain't nobody got time for depression. You got to go out here and go get it. You had a moment in your life. Okay. Go on to the next one. And then the next one. And eventually, if you do the work, you're going to start winning. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe to the video. Let's keep the party going.